How's it going? This is Hoiman, and I just got back from my appointment from the Jobcentre, and it was more about just confirming my identity because I had to give in like my passport and stuff just to confirm it's me and to basically book an appointment to see an actual work coach, which is actually tomorrow. Um, I will say, on the way to the center, I just got really nervous. Like, I just got really stressed. Had a really dry mouth. And then when I entered the job center, I sat in the waiting room and I just felt really tense. Like, the environment in there is just really, like, it's quiet and there's not much people when I was there, but it just felt really tense. Like, there was a lot of security, and it always just felt like I was being watched. And it just wasn't a very positive atmosphere for me anyway. And I just got so stressed just during this part, and it just made me really kind of second doubt myself. Like, am I really fit enough to actually work? Because the reason I haven't worked pretty much all my life is because of my mental health and how it affects me. But now that I'm trying to apply for work, it's really resetting and reminding me just how much my mental health affects and limits my abilities, and it's making me doubt if I'm really able to secure a job or not. And I did actually ask about because if I claim universal credit, I was wondering if I could continue claiming ESA because that benefit is what I really need. And apparently they said if I claim universal credit, I won't be able to claim ESA anymore. And that was actually quite a heavy blow for me because I really need that benefit. Now I'm just really worried that if I get a job and I might not be able to do the job properly, or if I earn less than what I'm claiming, then it's going to be a bit redundant, I suppose. And I'm also worried that if I work and I'm not able to do it, then I have to start working, and then I will have to reapply and reclaim ESA, and that might not even be a guarantee. So it's like I'm just in a situation where I'm just really not sure what the best course of action is. I plan to mention all this to my work coach tomorrow and properly explain how my mental health affects me, and make sure if I do claim universal credit, does that definitely stop ESA? So I'll definitely mention all these things. But if it turns out I can't claim ESA, then I don't know. I just don't know how I'm gonna proceed. Like, I'm just not sure if I'm really fit enough to actually have a job. So there's not really much use worrying about it right now because, the time will come when I will speak to the work coach tomorrow about all this, and so I should definitely know my answer tomorrow. So yeah, just a little update on how the appointment went today. I can't do it, man. I pretty much chickened out at the last second. So today was meant to be the appointment that I go to see my work coach, and I just can't do it. Like, I was so stressed last night, and today I was just so stressed about it, and I started getting chest pains, couldn't breathe properly. I'm so out of breath now. Started getting dizzy and headaches I always have headaches and stuff, but it just got worse because I'm stressed. And then my vision actually started getting more blurry and I couldn't really focus. So it's like, if I'm already this stressed and unable to function, even just to meet my work coach, like, how am I supposed to maintain a job if I'm already this stressed and anxiety driven? Like, I'm ashamed to admit it, but last night, because I was so stressed, my comfort eating disorder kind of got really bad last night. Like, I always binge eat and comfort eat whenever I'm stressed. So yesterday I had a lot of snacks and then had a whole box of 24 Ferrero Rocher chocolates all in one go. And I know that sounds unbelievable, but it's true. I had all of it all in one go for comfort eating and managing my anxiety and stress, and that made me feel really sick because it was just so much sugar and it upset my stomach as well. And then when I woke up this morning, I was still feeling even more sick, both from the chocolate and also stress. And I'd say about 45 minutes before the appointment, I just couldn't handle it. So I just had to basically cancel my appointment. Yeah, even now I'm just still feeling really sick and stressed. And it's so hard to focus and concentrate. And it just makes me really worried because the reason I tried to get a job and apply for this stuff is because I keep thinking about my future, and you know, like, when my mum's not around, I just keep thinking, how am I going to manage? Like, I can't work, can't drive, have mental health and stuff that prevents me from basically just having a normal life, I suppose. And I'm just worried about these things, and I try to take control of it by applying for a job. But if I'm already feeling like this, like, it's just kind of reminded me of why I couldn't work in the first place. It's because I just can't work in a mainstream sort of job. And even though my appointment's cancelled now, I'm still feeling really stressed because now I'm even more worried about my future, because if I can't do this, then when the time comes when I am alone, like, I just don't know what's going to happen. Like, my mum keeps telling me not to worry and stress and that things will somehow work out, but I don't know. Just can't help but worry, and all of this is just making me feel really awful. So out of breath, so hard to breathe. My vision is just very blurry and can't really focus. I don't know. I just very disappointed in myself that I just couldn't attend the appointment. Like, yesterday's appointment was already stressful enough as it is, and today it was just a bit too much, so I just couldn't do it. But I don't know what's gonna happen now. Guess first I just need to calm down and manage my anxiety. And then I don't know. I just don't know what the future holds for me. So this week has been very stressful and busy. So on the Monday, I went to have my first appointment at the Jobcentre, and I did attend that one. And then yesterday was the one that I couldn't attend. You saw how stressed I was just earlier. And then today was my appointment to go see my regular doctor to discuss my mental health. And yeah, the last time I saw her was in August, so it's been about four months. And I basically just told her that, I mentioned to her about me not taking enough medication to Hong Kong. And then because I had to ration them out, I kind of felt more motivated and energetic for about 3 to 4 days. And then after that, it kind of went away. And then I started to feel a lot more anxiety. And that's because of the missing medication. But now that, since coming back to UK, I'm taking what I should be taking. So yeah, I'm back to how I was before, really. But I did mention to her that my OCD symptoms do seem to be gradually getting worse. And I've just begun doing things that, like repetitive things that I used to do. Things like walking into a room and then going out and entering the room again, or putting the hat on 2-4 times or whatever. And these things I kind of stopped doing, or was able to not do it nearly as much for like 2 years. And then only within the last like month or so, they've kind of been getting gradually worse over time. And I feel that some of it is probably due to the dosage change that I had since August on my medication. But I think another part of it is because I start doing it, like it starts getting worse because of me feeling more anxious and stressed, which I've definitely been feeling this week. So it's definitely had an effect on my OCD. And I also mentioned to her about why I've been feeling so stressed. So I mentioned to her about me applying for the job, me wanting to be more independent, wanting to move out, stuff like that. And then also informing her that I didn't attend because I just had too much anxiety and stress, and I just don't feel that I'm really capable of doing mainstream work. And then she actually suggested that she could refer me to, basically it's part of her core team, but it's for the area that they work is employment for people with mental health and stuff like that. Basically she told me that it's to help people with mental health, work with them on what they can and can't do, and then kind of slowly maybe like help them to do like not mainstream sort of work, but very like more simple, more smaller types of works, or even like volunteering sort of work. And she said that might be a good way to see how if I'm able to maintain some sort of job and not have the pressure of, if I can't do it, then, I can't claim any benefits, but basically get fired and stuff. So it kind of reduces the weight, but also is quite, I guess it's just more appropriate jobs for people with mental health, I suppose. And I actually agreed to actually give it a try, because I think this would be something that can kind of confirm to me what sort of jobs I can and can't do, and see if I'll be able to manage, even if it's just a very small job. So I definitely agreed, and then she said they should contact me like relatively soon. So yeah, like I was saying before, I was getting really stressed about wanting to find work, but then not being able to do it properly. But now that my doctor is kind of referring me to this team, it kind of does give me some sort of relief to see, if I am able or I'm capable of doing work without the mainstream sort of pressure on top. So yeah, this was probably something that I should have waited to speak to about my doctor before applying for the Jobcentre. But I suppose at the same time, I wasn't even aware that there was this type of service that she could offer. So yeah, today's appointment was more about just referring me to a work-related team. And then in terms of my medication, it's left unchanged. So I'm going to still be taking the same dosages. She did actually say that I could reduce one of the meds because I said there were some positive effects in Hong Kong, but I decided against it because after like 3 or 4 days, it doesn't become so positive after that. So I just saw a little point in it, really. So I feel that at the current dosage I'm taking, it's manageable, I'd say. Like, it's keeping my anxieties and OCD I'd say at a manageable rate, but at the same time it's not giving me too harsh side effects. So I'd say it's at the current dosage is sitting at quite a balanced dosage, I guess you could say. But yeah, I still definitely feel very stressed from yesterday, and I'm still having difficulty breathing and chest pains and stuff, but I just gotta really calm down and relax, really. And I do hope that the rest of the week doesn't get any more stressful than it already is for me. But yeah. Yeah, that's I just hope it doesn't get any more stressful from here on. Oh, so I said I was hoping that the rest of the week wouldn't be stressful, but it kind of has, and that's mainly just because it is Christmas next week, and it just feels weird. Like, I just don't feel very festive this year. I suppose I typically don't every year, but this year it just feels very surprising. Like, all of a sudden it's Christmas next week. Like, oh, that was quick. I wasn't really feeling very Christmassy or had any festive emotions going. It's just suddenly it's Christmas next week. Oh. So because of that, I had to do quite a bit of shopping to get like Christmas gifts and deciding what to get for family and stuff, and then kind of discussing with my mum what the plans are. So, just kind of general Christmas stress, I suppose, and not really anything to do with the kind of stress I was feeling at the start of the week. But there is more other stress as well, because I'd say I made a good friend sometime in June of this year, and we have been talking quite daily up until this point. But I feel that some events and situations have kind of made us kind of drift apart a little bit, and that definitely makes me really sad, because I do feel quite close to this person, and the thought of potentially losing this person in my life definitely makes me feel really low and depressed, just because he's been quite supportive, I'd say, and just overall very good friend. But like, it has definitely hit my emotions quite a bit of how the discussion's going and potentially not being friends anymore. I mean, he has assured me that we are still friends, and that it takes a lot of negativity for him to not consider me a friend anymore. So I guess there's that kind of comfort. But at the same time, I really do hope this odd situation and discussion we're having does improve. Because I just feel that for the last 6 months, he's kind of been the only person that I can really speak openly about, in terms of like how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and just kind of be honest, I guess. I just feel like he's the only person that I can really express myself. And at the same time, it feels like he can be open with me and be able to express himself as well. But yeah, it's just going through a really odd situation with my friend. And at the same time, I've already talked about my stress at the start of the week with the Jobcentre, and then seeing the doctor And now with Christmas next week, it's just been a very up and down week for me, both mentally and emotionally, and kind of physically as well, I suppose. But yeah, just a very stressful and busy week for me, and very emotional as well. Which I suppose isn't the right kind of mindset I want to go into Christmas next week. So I do hope the situation with my friend improves before Christmas, and I'll be in a better emotional state for Christmas as well. But yeah, just very busy and stressful this week. But in any case, I've pretty much covered everything that's been going on this week in terms of my life. So yeah, it's just going to be Christmas next week. But yeah, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I hope I have a Merry Christmas as well. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you next week after Christmas. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.